Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So, I'm gonna try and start doing like kind of like hair vlogs instead of like my full wash day. I don't know. Anyway, this is a twist out that I did two. So I did my initial twist out, or twist rather, last Friday, and then I retwisted them on Tuesday. But the last couple of weekends I bought new products. So about 2 weeks ago, I bought the Palo Santo scent of the Pattern shampoo. And I've used this twice now. It says it's a hydration shampoo, but my hair is like squeaky clean after using it. But this is the shampoo I'm going to be using. And then for my conditioner, I'm going to be using the Palo Santo medium conditioner from Pattern, which I have used before and I really like. And then I've only used one product the past 2 weeks in my hair. So 2 weeks ago, I used the Briogeo Curl Charisma leave-in cream as the only product for my twist. And then last Friday, I bought the Briogeo Style and Treat Supreme Shine Strengthening Oil. So this is the one for curly hair. And the way that they've marketed it, or, you know, posted it like on Instagram, is that this is, and on the website, is to use it for twist outs, which I thought was interesting because they haven't, and it's also like a heat protectant. So later this month, when I blow my hair out to straighten it, I'll be using this as the only styler and the heat protectant. But I just thought it was interesting that, because this is like a pearl essence type of thing, but you like put like a little bit in your hands and you rub it together and it basically just turns into an oil. So I feel like it's like a fancy way of doing your hair with grease, but at any rate, I used this for my twist last week, and then I used it again when I retwisted it on Tuesday. So this will be the only styler, and I will be putting it in twist again, and I will let you see that after my wash. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be added into the video that I filmed yesterday on my wash day, and I was going to come back after I did my hair, but I finished my hair around 7 o'clock in the evening, and I was really tired yesterday. I'm tired today. And I'm very anxious lately for many reasons. The state of the world, the state of my life, just a lot. And I am a picker. What's the word I want to use? It's not compulsive, whatever, but it's just like, you know, you have the repetitive habits. So I am a type of person, I pick my thumb cuticles. I made a video on this channel about messing with my nape hair. I do that, and usually when you have that habit, a lot of the motivation to continue to pick is usually if that area is dry, or like if it's on your skin, if it's like callus or something like that. And so at the moment, oddly enough, I keep picking my inner ears, and I really need to stop because now they're getting really sensitive. But it's just like the anxiety in me is just like, pick. Anyway, that's off topic. Anyway, so this is my hair a day later. I put it in twists, and I did a side part. Usually I go down the middle, but I did a side part because, as also mentioned in another video, I don't have any more edges, and I don't know if they're ever coming back, and I don't know if I want to invest in any products to make them come back. I think the best way truly to try and grow edges back is to change your diet, and I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon for me. But at any rate, so I did a side part because this side of my hair is a little bit more full than this side, because this area of my hair is kind of thin, and I mentioned it to my beautician last month when I got it trimmed. So if I do the side part like this side is easier to kind of fill in with twist, and then I have more to kind of drape over this side, and you can see and cover the kind of thin patch on that side. And I did the twist on damp hair because I prefer that. I really don't like doing twists on blown out hair. Blown out hair for me is really only going to be to straighten it, which I will be doing at the end of this month. But yeah, all I used was that Briogeo oil, like I mentioned. And it's kind of nice just to use the oil because, one, your hair doesn't have to be soaking wet. And it does kind of, like I mentioned, throwback, give you the feel of doing your hair with grease. It's one product. And it's interesting because, like I said, in the marketing for it, they don't advertise it to be used with any other Briogeo products, just the oil by itself, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, so only three products, which is another thing that I'm just going to be doing for like the next few months. Is just the three products: shampoo, conditioner, one styler. So we'll see how that goes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these in. Today is Saturday. I'm going to leave them in probably today, tomorrow, Monday. Then take them down. And what I like to do, what I did last week was I took them down. One day I wore it where it was just like I took the twist out, but I didn't separate it. And the next day I separated it. Then I retwisted it, wore the twist for like about a day or two, and then took them down again and separated it for my wash day. So I kind of like that, just that midweek retwist, especially because the only product I'm using is the oil. So it's not like I have to worry about like product buildup or anything, of which there was none. So it's like, I don't know, I like that. And I was also thinking about, back in the day, so many of us only washed our hair every 2 weeks. And that's just something I can't go back to. Like, since I've been washing my hair weekly ever since I did my big chop, I'm like, I don't think I could ever stretch it to 2 weeks again. And I don't see the reason either, unless like I was like tired or stressed and just didn't feel like it. But as long as I have energy to do it, I'm washing it every week. But anyway, I think I'll check back in when I take it down and I'm ready to do my retwist, which I might film. Yeah, I might film that because the retwist is really easy. And the other thing too is that I've stopped trying to do perfect parts because, again, it's like that thing where like you see other people doing stuff with their hair and you think, oh, I should do that too. My hair is not as dense as it used to be when I was younger. So perfect parts kind of, reveals the fact that I don't have a whole lot of hair on my head. As opposed to if I just make the twist where I feel to make the twist, it fills in better. So, yeah. So, that's just the follow-up. I'm trying to decide what to do this Saturday. I was like, I'm the type of person, like, theme stuff. I'm like, okay, what's like Halloween themed? And then I reminded myself, I've pretty much watched all the movies I wanted to watch for the Halloween season. And now I'm not really in the mood anymore. I mean, I could force myself, but why? I watched Final Destination 5 again. I'm actually starting to really like that one. But yeah, I might watch Final Destination 3. I don't know. I kind of want to watch Mission Impossible Fallout. I've been thinking about it for the past couple of weeks. I also bought a new coffee maker, which, I can read instructions and set things up, but I'm like always nervous that in some way I've messed it up and done it wrong. But yeah, I think I also might go make myself some pasta. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I will check back in later. Hi, so today is Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after my wash day. So I had my hair in twists on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I took them out yesterday on Monday. And like I said, I don't separate them when I take them out that first day. Today I did separate the twist. So this is what we have going on. I probably will wear it like this again tomorrow. And then retwist it up and then take it out again on Thursday. And then on Friday will be my wash day. So what I'm going to do is just to show what it looks like, because you can just put this on your hair when it's dry as well. So like I said, it looks like kind of like pearlescent like that. But and what's funny is in the videos on the website, they show people rubbing it together in their fingertips like this. I don't like that. It get on my nerves. Anyway, you rub it together and you see it's disappeared, but it's like oil. And so just rub that on my hair and just, Smooth it out a little. It smells really good too. There you go. But yeah, when I get ready to retwist it, I will try and film that. But that is all. But I just wanted to show what it looked like after I had taken it out and separated it. And the thing is with this, because it is just an oil, this is not marketed as a hair product to define your hair. The definition you're going to get is simply that it was in twists. So depending on how much definition you get from wearing twists, that'll be the definition you get using this oil, because this is just very soft and fluffy. It's not super defined, and that is okay with me. But yeah, so I will check back in when it is time to retwist, and I'll see you soon. Hi, so as mentioned in my previous little clip here, to put all these clips together, I am going to do a retwist. Now I did like a dry retwist on my hair last night, and then I took it out today and I kind of fluffed it out, but I'm going to attempt to do flat twist. I've been kind of playing around with flat twist, just to see if I can get the hang of it. But yeah, so I will be doing that, and I might be mildly distracted because I'm watching Final Destination 4. I watched Final Destination 3 last night. And as I mentioned this past weekend, how I wanted to see Mission Impossible Fallout, I did watch it. I love that movie. That movie is so good. And it's like one of my favorite like action movies, spy movies. Like, I just love Mission Impossible Fallout. And I do think that that is the finest Henry Cavill has ever looked. But I like have this thing where it's like there's always a movie with any actor where that's the finest they ever look. So it's like Mission Impossible Fallout for Henry Cavill, Much Ado About Nothing for Denzel Washington, Kong Skull Island for Tom Hiddleston. These are just my personal opinions. But at any rate, so I'm getting ready to attempt this. And I have the oil and a little spray bottle. This used to have that castor oil water from As I Am in it, but this just regular water. All right. You know what? This requires focus. You know what was on TV last night? That I was watching a little bit of. It's on TV again today. Is Goodfellas. And one thing that I just cannot get into that I know is like a favorite genre of so many people is like mob movies. Like, I think the only ones I like is A Bronx Tale and Analyze This, if you can even really consider it that, because there's so much like humor to it, even though it does involve the mob. But in general, I do not like those movies, and I know that it's like a popular genre, but I think part of the reason why I don't like it is because it's like, I don't know, maybe because it's real, and like, I don't know, I just don't feel anything for like any of the characters in those movies. I just can't get into it. And like, I watched the very first Godfather just to see it, because you know, the thing with popular movies is like, you always want to see it just to see what like the hype is. I did not like it. Which reminds me of that, it's like used in like clips, but apparently that one episode of like The Family Guy where the dad was talking about how he didn't like The Godfather. And again, you know, like when I do my movie reviews, my critiques aren't like, you know, high level film critic critiques. It's just like, if a movie doesn't do anything for you, it doesn't do anything for you. And mob movies do not do anything for me. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is just do my regular twist in the back, And I'm not really doing any more than finger detangling because I'm about to wash my hair in about 2 days anyway. But yeah, yeah, this just like I said, those movies really don't do a lot for me. I don't like them at all. That's another thing too that kind of makes me think about like relatability in films is like, part of the uphill battle a lot of times when films are made by black filmmakers is whether or not it's going to be relatable. And it's like, I wonder when, the Martin Scorsese's of the world pitch you like the millionth mobster movie, do the studios go, but will this be relatable? That we're telling yet another story about organized crime within the Italian American community. But everything that we do has to be relatable to a general audience. Like, God forbid it just be a story about our lived experience. You know? And see, with these twists, like what I do now is I don't try and do like a perfect part because it's just too hard to figure that out. So, like I said, I just like to twist where I feel it. And I probably should have went and got a paper towel as well, but I have the towel, and that's just gonna have to do. And actually, I might take it off because my hair is not like soaking wet; it's just damp. Let's see. I might redo that, make it tighter, because I try and get it tight at the base of the twist. Yeah, last night I did like a dry retwist, which no, it's like it's funny that it's fairly easy to do. And usually when I do the twist on wash day, I try and do them so that I can wear it in twist as like a style for a couple of days. But like with that dry retwist, because I knew I was just doing that temporarily, I really didn't care too much about how the twist looked. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is take a little break here and come back when I'm getting ready to attempt to do the flat twist. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back, and I don't know if it is coming up clear. I really did try and do a flat twist in the front. I have to get used to like when you're doing a flat twist, kind of like braiding from like the very root at the top. I'm not really used to doing that, so it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it, but it'll do for now because, like I said, I'm gonna do my hair in a couple of days. But this was just like a retwist with the oil, and then I don't know if I'm taking it down tomorrow again. I might try and hold out till Friday, and then that'll be my next wash day, and then that week in my hair will be done. Okay, real quick, I just thought I'd show my hair before I went to go wash it. I absolutely hate it. It looks crazy because it's been pulled back all day. And let's just say that retwisting my hair in the middle of this week did not go quite as well as it did the other week. And that's why it looks like this right now. And I hate it. So, yeah, I'll be back after I wash my hair. But I thought it was only fair to show the results, which are horrible. Okay, so I am done with my wash day. And I put my hair in twists, and I didn't try and put it in twists for any type of style. Like, I really just wanted it to be put away and not think about it. And because I didn't put the twist like in any specific style, I'll probably just like take them down, not separate them, let it get bigger over the next few days, and then go from there. But as I mentioned before I went to wash my hair, I could not stand what my hair looked like earlier today. So I think what happened was on Tuesday night, I retwisted my hair on dry hair, and I think that was the beginning of the problem. Because, like I mentioned, because I was only using a hair oil and not a hair product that gives you any type of definition or hold, because my hair was like already stretched but didn't really have any definition, when I did the dry twist and then when I did the twist that I showed myself doing on Wednesday, where I got my hair damp with some water, for whatever reason, I think that it just stretched it out and took out any type of like wave or curl that I had from the twist. So what ended up happening, and the flat twist that I attempted, I took those out right away. That we will not be attempting flat twists anymore. It's a funny thing, whenever you see something, I feel like in the natural hair community, that you're not doing, I think there's this tendency to think, well, why can't I do that? Like, why can't I cornrow my hair? Why can't I flat twist my hair? Because you can't. You know, if it's not something that you're used to doing, I'm not saying you can't learn new things, but sometimes just let other people flat twist their hair and you stick to what you know. At least that's what I figured out. So anyway, when I took my hair out yesterday, my hair was stretched. So much so that it looked like I had actually blown out my hair. That's how stretched out it was. So I put it in some more twists. It's like every time I twisted it, it got worse. And so earlier today, it was just like, just all stretched out, no definition. And I ended up pulling it back. And what's funny is, again, with natural hair, you tend to look at other people's hair and think, oh, well, you know, they're wearing their hair like that, so this isn't a big deal. But it's just, it's one of those things, if it's not something you like, then it's not something you like. Because, like, I literally saw a YouTube video with someone whose hair looked like, you know, similar to what mine looked like. And it looked nice on her. And I was like, this is essentially what my hair looks like right now, and I can't stand it. So it's just funny how that works out. Like, you know, we can all do the same types of wash and goes and twists and braid outs and whatever else. And I think what people tend to forget is it sort of does look the same on all of our heads. It, to me, it just comes down to a matter of, do you like the way it looks on your head? But that's just my personal opinion. But what I would suggest with that is, there's this series called Black Actress by the actress Andrea Lewis, and it's on YouTube, and I think it's episode 3 of season 2. The character in this like web series is an actress, and she goes in for an audition, and all of the other actresses, almost all of them, are having their hair is out in like a wash and go like hers. And it's just, I always love that scene because they're all wearing a wash and go, and on the surface it looks the same, but then when you look closer at each actress, it looks a little different. But it's just, it kind of reminds me of, like, that's what natural hair is about. We can all do a wash and go, and it can look the same but different at the same time. Whatever. At any rate, so what I did today was, because I only used oil, which now that I'm also thinking about it, because we are in fall in the colder months, just the oil isn't going to cut it, because it's not quite exactly like grease, which is a little heavier. So today I used, and I'm pretty sure I'm out now because it was already a sample size, the rest of that Briogeo leave-in cream. And then I kind of did like that old school, like because I know it was the lock and then LCO. So it was kind of like the LCO method. So like the Briogeo leave-in was my liquid. Then I used my Mono's hair curl pudding, and then just a little bit of the Briogeo oil just to rub over the twist, and that, yeah. Sometimes I get ambitious with what I want to do with my hair, and it's just like, no, we can't be doing all that. So this concludes this hair vlog. The next one I do, I will be straightening my hair. And I will be straightening my hair without blowing it out. I'm putting it in jumbo twists, kind of like how they look right now. I'm gonna let it dry overnight, and the next day I am going to straighten it because that's what we used to do back in the day. And I feel like blow drying it before you straighten it is an extra step and is extra heat, and I don't feel like doing it. So we'll see how that one goes. But like I said, this concludes this hair vlog.